Imagine a world where collective memories diverge from reality. Welcome to the perplexing phenomenon of the Mandela effect. This is a realm where shared false memories create an alternate history, a parallel reality that exists only in the minds of those who remember. The Mandela effect is an enigma that has baffled researchers, scientists, and the general public alike. It's a phenomenon that stirs up controversy, disbelief, and fascination. But why is it called the Mandela effect? The term was coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome, who found herself amongst a group of people who distinctly remembered South African President Nelson Mandela dying in prison during the 1980s. They recalled vivid details, news reports, even a televised funeral. Yet in our accepted reality, Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990 and went on to serve as the President of South Africa, passing away in 2013. This collective misremembering is the crux of the Mandela effect, a term now used to categorize a wide array of shared false memories. It's the strange sensation of remembering something one way, only to discover the world remembers it differently. The Mandela effect is not a simple case of forgetfulness or individual memory distortion. It's not about one person misremembering an event. It's about large groups of unrelated people collectively remembering history one way and then discovering it's not how the event unfolded. The Mandela effect is a captivating conundrum. As we delve further, prepare to question your own memories. Before we move on, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Let's shine a spotlight on some of these famous instances that have sparked global intrigue. Let's start with a film that has never existed. The 1990s, a time of colorful fashion and unforgettable films. Many recall watching a comedy called Shazam, starring comedian Sinbad as a jovial genie. They remember scenes, dialogues, even the movie cover. But here's the twist. The film doesn't exist. Sinbad never donned a genie costume for Shazam. In reality, the movie people are likely misremembering is Kazam, featuring Shaquille O'Neal as a rapping genie. Now let's move from the silver screen to the beloved board game, Monopoly. Picture the game's mascot, rich Uncle Pennybags, in your mind. Perhaps you see him as a plump, top-hatted magnate, complete with a monocle. But brace yourself for a surprise. Uncle Pennybags has never had a monocle. This widespread misrecollection might be due to the conflation of Uncle Pennybags with another monocle-wearing character, Mr. Peanut, the mascot of Planters Peanuts. These aren't isolated incidents, but shared memories across large swaths of people, spanning different countries, cultures, and age groups. Do you remember the children's classic Curious George? Many of us distinctly remember the mischievous monkey swinging from tree to tree using his tail. But here's the twist. Curious George never had a tail. That's right, our collective memory is playing tricks on us again. Next, let's dive into the realm of literature. How many of you recall the world-renowned Agatha Christie novel, And Then There Were None? Originally published under a different racially charged name, in our reality, the original title never changed. It's always been And Then There Were None. Moving on, let's talk about something a bit more contemporary. The popular television series Sex and the City. Many people swear it was always Sex in the City. But alas, they're mistaken. Ever heard of the country of New Zealand shifting its location? A significant number of people remember it being northeast of Australia, not southeast. But geography tells us otherwise. And lastly, let's not forget the iconic line from Disney's Snow White, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Except the line never was Mirror, Mirror, but rather Magic Mirror. Another instance where our memories seem to be at odds with reality. Isn't it eerie how our collective memory can be so divergent? Could quantum mechanics hold the key to understanding the Mandela effect? Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, has often been painted as a bizarre, almost mystical realm. And it's within this realm that we find theories that might shed light on the Mandela effect. Among these, the string theory stands out as a particularly compelling candidate to explain the Mandela effect. String theory is a theoretical framework where the point-like particles of particle physics are replaced by one-dimensional objects called strings. It's a theory that aims to reconcile gravity with quantum physics, and it's also one that suggests the existence of multiple dimensions in our universe. So you ask, how does this relate to the Mandela effect? Well, imagine for a moment that our memories are not just stored in our brains, but also in these other dimensions. What if these strings, vibrating in multiple dimensions, are actually affecting our memories? This is, of course, a rather speculative idea, but it's one that's rooted in an attempt to understand the universe from a quantum perspective, and it's one that could perhaps offer an explanation for the Mandela effect. There are other theories like the many worlds interpretation that might also have implications for the Mandela effect. These theories suggest that there could be an infinite number of parallel universes, each with its own version of history. So, could our memories of a Shazam movie starring Sinbad or a Monopoly man with a monocle be remnants from a parallel universe? Again, it's a speculative idea, but it's one that quantum theories allow us to entertain. The quantum realm might just hold the answers to our collective memory discrepancies. Yet the labyrinth of the human mind might offer a simpler explanation. We must not overlook the role of our own cognitive processes in this enigma. The Mandela effect may well be a byproduct of how our brains process, store, and retrieve information. Consider this. Our memories are not flawless recordings of events. They are malleable constructs influenced by our biases, emotions, and subsequent experiences. This phenomenon, known as memory conformity, suggests that our recollections can be subtly altered or blatantly distorted over time. In the realm of psychosocial factors, we encounter the principle of social contagion. Simply put, ideas, feelings, and behaviors can spread through a population much like a virus. If one person misremembers an event and shares that misinformation, it can quickly proliferate, leading multiple people to recall the event incorrectly. This can create a collective false memory, a cornerstone of the Mandela effect. The role of source confusion cannot be underestimated. This occurs when the origin of a memory is forgotten or misattributed. For instance, if you saw a satirical cartoon of Nelson Mandela's funeral before he actually died, you might later misremember the cartoon as a news broadcast, leading to a false memory of his premature death. Similarly, confirmation bias plays a significant part. Our brains have a tendency to seek out and favor information that aligns with our existing beliefs and ignore information that contradicts them. So if you firmly believe in the existence of a movie called Shazam starring Sinbad, you are more likely to recall false evidence supporting its existence and disregard any proof of its non-existence. Finally, let's touch upon confabulation. This is when the brain fills in gaps in our memory with fabricated, misinterpreted, or distorted information. It's a subconscious attempt to create a coherent narrative, even if it strays from reality. So, are we slipping between parallel universes, or are our brains simply playing tricks on us? Our brains, it seems, are the ultimate illusionists, capable of altering our perception of reality. Or are we living in a multiverse, with each memory discrepancy a ripple from a parallel universe? This intriguing query brings us to the theory of parallel universes, a fascinating concept that may hold an answer to the Mandela effect. The parallel universe theory, also known as the multiverse theory, posits an infinite number of universes, including the one we inhabit. Each universe is distinct with its own set of laws and constants. Now imagine if these universes weren't completely isolated. Imagine if they could interact, even if just for the briefest of moments. Could such moments cause the memory discrepancies we know as the Mandela effect? The idea isn't as far-fetched as it might initially seem. Consider the quantum phenomenon of superposition, where a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. Could we, as conscious observers, be causing our universe to settle into one state, while another version of us does the same in a parallel universe? The parallel universe theory, while fascinating, is still just that, a theory. It's an idea that's been explored in science fiction more than in actual science. Moreover, the theory doesn't fully explain the Mandela effect. If parallel universes are responsible, why do we only remember certain events differently? Why not our personal histories or more significant global events? These questions cast doubt on the theory's validity as an explanation for the Mandela effect. So where does this leave us? We've ventured into the lesser-known but equally unsettling occurrences that challenge our perception of reality. We've examined the intriguing quantum theories, particularly string theory, which suggests that our universe may not be the only one. We've looked at modern scientific inquiries and the role of human memory lapses and other psychosocial causes in shaping our understanding of this phenomenon. The theory of parallel universes has provided an interesting perspective, suggesting that we might be living in a multiverse where different versions of reality exist simultaneously. Yet, despite our attempts to unravel this mystery, the enigma of the Mandela effect remains. It continues to challenge our understanding of reality and memory, leaving us with more questions than answers. Are our memories reliable narrators of our past, or are they fallible storytellers, subject to the whims of our minds and the universe? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to SciSips on YouTube. As we continue our quest for understanding, remember this: reality, it seems, is not as straightforward as we might think.